Capitals playoff run starts tomorrow, and I'm Evan from DMB Sports Zone, and I'm telling you everything you need to know about the playoff run.
Sports Zone. Chased down by Beal in the corner for three, gets fouled and hits.
Welcome to DC.
Well, they tag him out.
You know where you're at the USA Cup. You're taking it slightly. I'm taking it slightly. Now how you gon' act on you gon' be right back. When we gon' be right here. We gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere. Welcome to DC. DC, the home of Chuck Brown. Oh, you don't know the sound? Well, let me break.
Well, first, let's start with the Capitals. So at 44, 26, and 12, that's good for 100 points. The Caps are in the playoffs for the 8th year in a row. That is the second longest active playoff streak in the NHL, behind only our rivals, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, the Capitals are here as the second wild card. And for those that are unfamiliar with how the NHL playoff format is set up, there's the top three teams from each division. In the Atlantic Division, it was in order Florida, Toronto, and Tampa Bay. In the Metropolitan, that's the Capitals division, the top three in order were Carolina, the New York Rangers, and Pittsburgh. Then the two wild cards are the next two best teams, which in our case was the Capitals and Boston. So the Capitals, as the second wild card, get the top seed in the Eastern Conference, which is the President's Trophy winning Florida Panthers. Now, what do you need to know about the Panthers? Well, as stated just a couple seconds ago, the Florida Panthers are the President's Trophy winners, which means they had the best record in the NHL over the regular season. But as Caps fans know, there's a difference between regular season success, i.e. President's Trophies, and postseason success, i.e. Stanley Cups. Now, these two have squared off 3 times this season, with Florida winning 2 of the 3. But there's a couple things to note here. First of all, just because you fared well against the team in the regular season doesn't necessarily mean you'll fare well against them in the playoffs. And the Caps' 2018 Stanley Cup run is excellent proof of that. Because of the 4 opponents the Capitals faced in the 2018 Stanley Cup on the way to that championship, they only won the regular season series against one of them. That's Columbus, who they beat 3 out of 4. And another thing to note is, while the Panthers did win 2 of 3 against the Caps this season, A, one of them went to overtime. One of the games went to overtime. And B, the latest meeting was in November, which is before the trade deadline, and like a lot of stuff has happened both in DC and in Sunrise since that game. So essentially, when the two hook up tomorrow, it'll basically be the first time this season. It's not the first time the Washington Capitals and Florida Panthers have squared off, sure, but it'll be the first time these Washington Capitals have met these Florida Panthers. Now, as far as how they match up, now each team has a tremendous advantage over the other. The Panthers one is obvious. Florida's got scoring, and they can score in bunches, and the Capitals net minding has been kind of suspect, to say the least. So on paper, it looks like Florida could have an easy time like running up the score, lighting the lamp. But the Capitals' advantage is this: experience. Now, the Panthers were built to win in the regular season, but you look at their crew in terms of like postseason success, and there's not a lot, or at least not compared to the Caps. And not compared to the Caps. So the Capitals have a bunch of guys that are old, yes, but they all have experience making deep playoff runs. They have experience playing playoff games. They have experience with winning Stanley Cups. They'll know what to do. Like, they'll likely know what to do if they get behind. So Florida scoring the first goal may not be the death sentence in any game this series. So it really should be close. It's really looking like a series that's going to be closer than it looks on paper. And for those that are skeptical on the Capitals' chances, I'll say this: nobody's thinking that the Capitals will beat the Panthers. But nobody thought the Caps would beat Pittsburgh in 2018. Look what happened. Then the next week, nobody thought the Caps would beat the Lightning. Look what happened. Then nobody thought the Caps would get past Vegas to win that cup. Look what happened. So this team is no stranger to adversity. I've pointed that out already. And also, the Florida Panthers are President's Trophy winners. Another point I made earlier. We know how that turns out. But this time, the shoe is on the other foot. For once, the Capitals are playing in a playoff series where the other team is the cursed one. So that's going to be enticing. That is going to be thrilling. And hey, who knows? Maybe we can pull an upset. But either way, throughout this series, I will be making appearances in DC around Capital One Arena. So if you see me, come say hi. Until the next video, I'm Evan from DMV Sports Zone signing off.